What's going on, guys? This is Lior and welcome back to the channel. Now, what I thought I would do in this video, it's been a while, is bring you guys on a project site of mine. This is a multifamily in a neighborhood in Boston, Dorchester, if you guys are local. This is one of our projects that we've picked up in the fall. We're doing this is a heavy value add project. So what I thought I would do in this one is walk you guys through the site. I'll talk to you guys about the scope of work, why we're doing what we're doing, some of the challenges we've incurred, and also the financial structure, right? Like most of my projects, we raised capital for this deal. So we've got investors here. So I'll break down how we did that, how we did the financing, and you guys will get the full scope of what's going on with this awesome multifamily. So let's go inside and actually check out the unit. So welcome inside to one of the units we're currently renovating. So let me give you guys an overview first of the scope of work and everything we're doing. So this is a 3-unit building that we bought, and this is the one unit we got vacant, right? So we're starting here, and as I said, this is a deep value add project. We're doing a lot. So we got these units as 3-bed, 1-bath units, and we're gonna turn these into 4-bed, 2-bath units. So we're adding an extra bathroom, and I'll show you guys where that's at. We're converting a dining room into a bedroom. So we're gonna have 4 beds, 2 baths with in-unit laundry, and really be able to crank up the rent number. Now, one of the things you'll notice as we walk around here is, that when we bought the building, it was in tough shape, right? So we had to do a lot of mechanical work here. And as you can kind of tell from the walls, we did a lot of board and plaster work as well. When our GC started touching the walls, he called me right away and said some of the walls were crumbling, right? So we basically had to take down a lot of walls, did some mechanical upgrades, right? So we put in new electrical wiring, updated the plumbing wherever we needed to, and then went up essentially with new board and plaster in a lot of the areas. So now these are gonna be in much better condition. You can see it's a lot cleaner, it's very smooth. And it's gonna make the units feel really, really nice. Now let's actually check out the kitchen and the new bath area. So this is very typical in Boston. It's a very typical layout where you have your kitchen, and then over here is where it was an old pantry, right? And this has actually become a staple of ours to essentially convert the old pantry into a full bath, right? So adding another bathroom and actually giving the tenants a laundry closet as well, right? So they're gonna have in-unit laundry. So you could see over here, it's a big bathroom, right? Basically, it was a big old pantry. Now it's a huge bathroom. It's gonna have a nice stand-up shower. It's gonna have really good space. And again, this is just a nice value add for us, right? Because our purpose with this building is a long-term hold. So we want to create as much value out of the building. We want these units to be as rentable and as desirable as absolutely possible. And that's the other reason too why when you look at the kitchen, we did all new, right? I mean, we took down everything existing in the old kitchen. Again, updated the electrical, gonna update the plumbing, gonna put up new board. The finishes are gonna be our standard nice finishes. We'll put nice white cabinets, quartz countertops. My staple is black hardware. I think that looks really, really good. So these will look really like modern and clean units when they're done. Now, one other thing too about scope of work I wanted to mention, especially for you guys that are investors out there, this is our existing bathroom. And one thing we've started to do is put a lot of dollars on big CapEx items. So on existing bathrooms, what we do now is full plumbing stack replacement, right? Because especially in Boston, a lot of these buildings are super, super old. And you can imagine a lot of the main stacks and the main plumbing stacks, right? They're old, like 100, 120 years old. They're typically old cast iron that if you don't treat, will leak. So instead of dealing with that, we just put brand new, right? Because again, our goal is to hold these buildings for 5, 10, 15 years. We're long-term holders. So we are gonna spend more money up front, right? To do the big CapEx stuff so that we don't have these maintenance items through our hold period. Now, let's talk a little bit about our financing structure. So like a lot of our deals, the way we finance this is on the debt side, we worked with a local community bank, right? And the local community bank provided us a percentage of the acquisition, right? So on this one, it was about 75% loan on the acquisition, and then 100% of the construction proceeds, right? So again, we can basically borrow all the construction proceeds and use them for the project. Now, the nice thing is this is a temp to perm loan, which if you guys have seen my previous videos, you remember, but basically the way it works is it's a one commercial note, right? And then we get 1 year of interest only payments. And once that 1 year expires, right, which is quote unquote the stabilization period, once that expires, the note essentially converts to a fully amortizing mortgage, right? So, you know, if we wanted to refinance, we could certainly try to shop for refinances, but we don't have to, right? Because it's not like this is not a bridge loan or bridge debt. There's no expiration on this. This is just gonna convert into a fully regular commercial mortgage that we can sit on if we wanted to. Now, on the equity side, as like a lot of our projects, as I said, we raised equity for this project, right? Now, we have capital investors coming in, and basically what happens is the capital investors get a percentage ownership of the project, and then they also get a preferred return, right? So with the preferred return, they get a certain amount of cash flows first distributed to them once we're fully ready, leased up, and actually doing cash flow distributions. So they're not only going to get the first dibs of cash flow, they're also going to get a nice chunk of ownership. So it's a great win-win structure, you know, for the investors, for ourselves, and everyone involved. Now, one last thing I wanted to talk about, especially with this project, is the quality of your team. So on this project, we have two tenants that are still living in the building and one that is vacant, this one. Now, when you're doing such heavy construction, right? I mean, you know, this is gonna be, between the whole building, we're probably gonna spend around $350,000. This unit alone, we're spending about $90,000. So when you have a lot of heavy construction going on with tenants, it's critical to have a really good communicative team, right? So you wanna have a communicative general contractor, but you're also gonna want a really responsive property manager, right? Because, you know, on construction sites, anything can happen. There's always noise. You know, something can always slip. So you wanna make sure the property manager and the construction crew are in communication, right? In case the existing tenants have some sort of complaints or anything like that, because we wanna be really sensitive when doing construction. So that's really important, is have a really strong team, right? Because there's a lot of moving pieces. You wanna make sure everyone stays as happy as possible. So that's one really critical component, right? Have a very solid team. So that's the project update for this project. Hopefully this is helpful, guys. Hopefully you can kind of see the different complexities involved in doing these heavier value add projects. There's just a lot of variables you want to control. You want to figure out exactly what kind of work you're going to do, how much money you're going to spend on the CapEx side, right? Because as you can see, a lot of it depends on your strategy, how long you're going to hold for the building. So those are all critical decisions. So hopefully this was helpful for you guys. Of course, like always, if you guys have any sorts of questions, make sure to put them in the comments below and I will definitely help you out.